Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your girl Joyce Loy. Yay! I'm super excited to be back. It's been some weeks of not making any video. A lot happened and a lot is still happening. The first thing that I should talk about my big sister. She's called Patience, Gumisi Riza Patience, and she basically passed on the 20th of July last month. So it's been a bit of grieving, and it's something I want to talk about actually. So it was really a terrible time, and it's been really terrifying for my family and for me personally. And the hardest thing is the fact that I was here, you know. What made it more tough is the fact that I was here and I was not there for my family. When it comes to situations of grieving, people grieve differently, people mourn differently, you know. But then mourning is, I don't even know how to describe it, because if I describe it in terms of a dictionary, I don't think it's explained as much more as someone who's going through it. So for me, if I explain how mourning is to me, it would be different from someone else. But the one thing I could say, that when you're mourning or when you're going through grieving of a loved one, there is something called acceptance. Like, you don't really accept, you know. Until now, I haven't really accepted, or it has not yet sunk in me. I've not yet accepted the fact that she has passed on, you know. As my mom says that she is in a better place, and I also believe she's in a better place, but the most thing she always tells us right now is she's now our angel. And every time I actually talk about her being my angel, I feel comforted. The moment I start saying she's now my angel, I feel comforted. So if you have a loved one who passes on, just tell yourself now you have an angel. The moment you tell yourself you have an angel, that is already enough comfort, and you will actually feel like she is around you. So there are lots of things you'll be going through life, but if you keep telling yourself, I know I have an angel, you know, Patience, I know you're watching over me, that is enough comfort for me. Then of course the other thing that comes through is you feel lonely, you know. Yes, I live in UAE and my family is in Uganda, and already I feel lonely. The fact that they are not here with me, or I'm not in Uganda with them, it's lonely. It's lonely. You feel isolated and all that. But then me knowing and now having it in mind that my own sister that was in Uganda, that I left in Uganda very healthy, is now passed on, you know, like she is no more, like I cannot touch her, I cannot feel her. It's lonely. It is really, really, really lonely. And reaching this point of being able to make a video about it is because I've come to accept that she's not here with me anymore, but the most important thing is her memories, like keeping her memories and being able to remember the good memories we had together. And it's one thing I would actually tell anyone out there going through the same situation I'm going through. If you feel lonely, just comfort yourself with the beautiful memories that you had with that loved one that you have lost. Be it your sister, your brother, be it your mother, your father, uncle, auntie, grandma, grandfather, your child, anyone, your husband, your wife. Just keep the beautiful memories you had with them. Think about only those beautiful moments. Think about the goodness about them. That will actually make you feel comforted. Yeah, the other thing, it will actually make you feel like you're going to miss them, because the thing we mostly miss about people is the memories and moments that we had with them. And it's what I keep telling my siblings back home, or people that I miss. I tell them, you know what? I miss you, but the memories and the moments we spend together keep me comforted. You know, they keep me warm. So when you lose a loved one, the most important thing is that comfort, you know. As long as you have the comfort and the memories, the moments, that's why I will encourage people out there, spend as much time as possible with people you love. Spend as much possible. Spend much time, as much as you can, with them, so that you don't live in regret, you know, because that's the other thing that I was going to talk about. Regret is the other thing. When someone passes on, we start regretting, you know, maybe the things we did to them, maybe the times you would have worked out something that you're going through with them, and maybe you didn't work it out. So regrets. But you know what? One thing about regret is, even in the normal day-to-day life, if you keep regretting about each and everything, you know, I'm here, I would have done this to avoid this, I would have done this to avoid this happening. The moment you keep living in that kind of life, you will never enjoy the beauty of life if you keep regretting. So I tell myself, I don't have to regret. I don't have to regret the moments that I didn't spend with my sister who was passed on. Oh, do not regret the moments you didn't spend with that person, because they are gone. You know, the moments, the times you spent with them, and whatever you shared with them, you shared it with them, and that's what you should live up to, and that's what you should live with to comfort yourself. Yeah, there are lots of different things. Isolation, normally when we lose people, and it has happened to me even when I was in school. I lost my uncle. I remember I couldn't go for burial. Now here I am, I'm in UAE. When I lost my sister, like I told you before, I started isolating myself from my friends, from people, even not talking on phone. I wasn't chatting. People were sending me messages, trying to be there, and I could not even reply. I was really, really in pain, you know. There is that unexplainable pain that you go through, like from deep inside your heart. You don't even know how to explain it, but it is so hard. It's so hard for you to explain to anyone what you're going through. Even when someone tells you, I've gone through the same situation, I know what you're going through, you feel like they can't understand what you're going through. The pain, it's really painful, you know. It's sharp pain that I don't even know, like I've tried to explain this pain, you know, for the time I've been going through it, and people ask me, what are you going through? I've tried to explain it, but I can't. Even up to now, I can't really explain to you the kind of pain I was going through, you know. And we all handle mourning and grieving differently. So of course, some of my friends were understanding, you know, but that is something I really want to talk about: isolation, you know. I isolated myself a lot. Like, I felt like no one can understand what I'm going through right now. I just need to be alone. And even up to now, I try to be alone, and I know it's a bit dangerous. People don't trust the situation you're going through, so they think maybe you do something to yourself or anything, because people may think everyone is strong, because when you're out there, of course, when people see you out there, you have to act strong, but they don't know what happens when you are in your own when you're in your own space. So it's been a bit hard, you know. I like making craft, but even while I'm in isolation, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't, like, I was just literally looking at our pictures we had together, and you know, and it's really tough, you know, it's really tough. So I would advise anyone who goes through or who is going through this kind of situation to avoid isolation, you know. It's necessary that you can be on your own, but try to avoid isolation. Try to be around friends, you know. The thing I've realized about being around friends, you know, like, we had a vigil. I had some friends who came around at my apartment, and we had a vigil for my sister. My sister was a Catholic, you know. She did all the things that a Catholic has to go through to be a typical staunch Catholic. Confirmation, of course, baptism, and everything, you know. So I had to ask a few of my friends I know who are Catholic and those who are not Catholics to come together, and they actually spared some time because everyone is busy here in the UAE. So to have a few friends to come around all together to do this, I was really, really grateful. So they came around, and we had a vigil for my sister, a prayer, and it was so beautiful, you know. Throughout this whole situation, that was the most comforting thing that happened, you know. And I'll put a picture, 1 or 2 pictures, so that you can see what went down. It was around, I think, on the 23rd. So I was really comforted. I felt I have friends, because during this time of mourning, you need friends. You need family and friends. But now, a person like me who doesn't have really family here, friends were they were really, really, really helpful to be here with me. So I had my friends. They came around, and we had a vigil. We had prayer for my sister, and yes, I know she's in a better place. And like I said before, she is my angel now. She is watching over me. She's watching over our family. She's watching over her beautiful daughter that she left back with us. And yes, I know she's in a better place. And it's one thing I want to tell people out there. When you lose a loved one, just believe one thing: they're in a better place. That is enough comfort. They're in a better place, because at the end of it all, God who gives us is the same God who takes from us. When you believe that there is a time for everything, I mean everything. There's a time to dance. There's a time to birth. There's a time to mourn. I think there is nothing in the Bible that was written just by mistake. Everything in the Bible was written there for a reason. So this scripture is amazing, and if you're Christian like me out there, this is comforting, you know, even for non-Christians. The moment you know that there is a time to dance, there's a time to sorrow, there's a time for birth, there's a time for, you know, you get to understand that there is a season and the timing for everything that happens. So for me, I know I'm still in pain. I'll not lie to you, yeah. I'm still in pain, and I'm strong enough to accept that I'm still in pain of losing my sister, because I loved her so much, you know. I remember growing up and everyone used to think we are twins. everyone used to think we are twins, because we're big chubby. Both of us were chubby until we grew up, and a lot changed, A lot changed. Like me, I became a bit slender, and my sister remained chubby because she has been chubby. So yeah, I loved my sister so much, but death is part of us, and yeah, it's not good to accept death, but we accept it. And so for everyone watching, I want to say thank you so much for being there. So I just want to send my gratitude and my thanks to everyone who was there for me during this time, the time of me mourning and grieving my sister, and for everyone who was there for my family. And I also want to send my gratitude to Stella Marie Sinsube, senior 4 class of my sister. They were supportive. They sent in their condolences. I'm really grateful. Thank you so much for being there for her, even at this point of time of her rest, her final rest on earth. Thank you so much. And for everyone else, my family and friends, thank you so much. We really appreciate that. A lot of people reached out that I don't even know, reached out, and I'm really grateful for that. Thank you so much. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. If you've gone through this kind of situation of mourning and losing a loved one, and you'd want to share something to help anyone going through the same situation like you, please feel free to share it in the comments below. I would really be grateful for that, because moments like this, when we get to share such situations, it's really amazing. It's really amazing sharing and giving a shoulder to someone out there who's going through this kind of situation, because it's really tough. It's really tough. So once again, it was your girl Joyce Loy. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and please comment by telling us or sharing what you're mourning and how you got through your grieving situation, because we all grieve differently. So how did you go about that? How did you start going out back into the world and went back into the normal world society, So please share with us. And yes, I remain your girl Joyce Loy, and stay blessed, stay safe.